The final line spoken by Goku in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie carries some heavy weight behind it despite the statement only being 3 words long. How's it going, everyone? Innovative J-Dog here, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball discussion. In today's video, I'll be touching upon spoilers for the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, as you can probably tell by the title of this video. I assume most of you have already seen this movie because of a mishap that happened a few days ago with the film, but if you wish to avoid spoilers, make sure to watch the movie before this video and then come back here. With that being said, this is a solid spoiler warning, so proceed into this video with caution. It's been about a week since my review and spoiler talk videos for DBS Broly came out, but after a week of pondering the events of the movie and contemplating what the final line stated by Goku means, I think I've managed to break down why the statement carries such significance for the future of Dragon Ball. Why is it so important that Goku refers to himself as Kakarot to Broly on planet Vampa, whereas he told Cheelai and Lemmo to call him Goku? A fellow Dragon Ball YouTuber by the name of Carthu's Dojo did a pretty great video focusing on the ending scene for this movie as well, and in that video he tackled the ideas of Goku's Saiyan heritage, and how Goku has grown as a character ever since his revelation of being a Saiyan. I'll leave a link to that video in the description, as I highly recommend checking it out and giving Carthu your support. He makes plenty of great explanations that I'll touch upon in this video, so make sure to watch both videos to get a large understanding of this film's ending. After watching DBS Broly, the final line resonated with me greatly, as Goku is a character who we've seen decline his heritage as a Saiyan countless times. Throughout the course of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super, we've watched Goku grow from a man who denounced his alien ancestry into a warrior who has embraced his heritage and reshaped the Saiyan legend throughout the multiverse. There have been plenty of characters over the course of Dragon Ball's history that prefer to call Goku by his true name, his Saiyan name, that name being Kakarot. Whether it's canon characters such as Raditz and Nappa, or non-canon characters such as Turles and even the old version of Broly, Goku has always denied the Kakarot name that other Saiyans have given him, as it wasn't the name that he grew into over the course of his life. Goku was given the name of Goku, and he was brought up as an Earthling. Goku even prefers to consider himself as an Earthling more than a Saiyan throughout the course of Dragon Ball Z, with a major example being him declining Bulma's Saiyan armor prior to the Cell game so he could participate in the games as an Earthling. Despite Goku rejecting his birth name time and time again, there has been one particular character who has stuck around for quite some time that refuses to call Goku anything except his birth name. Vegeta's confliction with Goku in their constant game of leapfrog in terms of power is no doubt one of the most recognizable aspects of the Dragon Ball franchise. Their constant back and forth has allowed the two of them to be seen as the mascots of the series rather than Goku simply being the one and only protagonist. Something significant about their rivalry is the respect that Vegeta gives to Goku throughout the course of the entire series. While at first Vegeta had utter distaste for Goku considering the social class difference between the two of them, it became evidently clear as time went on and as the low-class warrior became stronger with each battle, that Vegeta needed Goku to give him that motivation to keep ascending towards a higher power. Now, despite Vegeta being intensely prideful of his own stature, he always had the idea of surpassing Goku on his mind, and I personally think that Vegeta had some level of respect towards Goku from the very beginning, despite the first sign of his respect being displayed towards the end of the Buu saga. It's not every day that a commoner could challenge a prince, and I think Vegeta admired the constant challenge of facing Goku so he could get the satisfaction of being better than him. On the surface, he may have shown jealousy or shock of Goku's constant rise in power and even denounced Goku's strength at times, but rather than referring to Goku as Goku like the majority of other villains, particularly Frieza, Vegeta always called him Kakarot because he was respectful towards Goku's heritage as a Saiyan. There have been a few rare occasions where Vegeta was caught calling Goku by his Earth name, but 99% of the time, we've always heard him say Kakarot rather than Goku. Now, there are plenty of different reasons as to why Vegeta refers to Goku as Kakarot rather than his actual name, but I think the major reason behind it is respect. At first, Goku treated Vegeta just like any other villain who would call him Kakarot. He would always say that his name was Goku and that he was from Earth, but as time went on and Vegeta became a much more concrete character in the main cast, unlike characters like Raditz or Nappa, Goku knew that Vegeta was capable of keeping up with him in terms of power. Because of their polarizing personalities and their genetics allowing room for increases in power, Vegeta became one of Goku's many rivals, and despite stronger characters coming into the fray, like Jiren or Hit, Vegeta has always been the primary rival and ally to Goku. Because of his strong connection to Goku and his constant ability to keep up, Vegeta became one of Goku's closest and best friends. Despite his denial of his Saiyan heritage though, Goku grew into the name of Kakarot over time. Keep in mind that throughout the entire franchise, Goku never referred to himself as Kakarot but instead accepted himself as Kakarot, since it was the only name that Vegeta would call him. In order to keep the rivalry between he and Vegeta alive properly, so he could keep getting stronger and stronger, Goku had to accept himself as Kakarot despite not fully seeing himself as that person. He still saw himself as Goku, and Kakarot was merely just a nickname that Vegeta had for him. So now that ties into the idea of why Goku's final line in Dragon Ball Super Broly is such an important aspect of Goku's character, and serves as a major stepping stone for the franchise's future. Like I said, Goku has never referred to himself as Kakarot throughout the entire history of Dragon Ball. He's accepted himself as a Saiyan and has even embraced his heritage over time, but he never called himself Kakarot. He was always Son Goku and never anything else. But with Broly, you could tell that something about this new rendition of the character intrigued Goku. If you've seen my spoiler-free review and my spoiler talk, I mentioned how this new version of Broly is depicted as a mirrored version of the Goku character, growing up as a kind and naive boy under the influence of his guardian. What separates Goku and Broly though is that Goku grew up as an Earthling, whereas Broly was still taught by Paragus how to be a Saiyan, and I think because of this major difference, Goku was neglectful towards his realization of being a Saiyan, but Broly was always aware of what he was. Despite knowing what he was, Broly was still capable of realizing who he was thanks to the Vampa Beast Ba and the relationship between the two giving Broly purpose. He realized he didn't want to constantly fight. Throughout the entirety of Dragon Ball Super Broly, the character of Broly is depicted as a pacifist who simply wants to please his father, but he has this hidden power within him that forces him to lose control. In the latter half of the movie, Chi-Lai and Lemma, who have befriended Broly, point out that the Saiyan doesn't want to fight and that he's only doing it as a puppet of his father and Frieza. Despite losing control of himself and having nothing to do but fight anything and everything he sees, Broly still has some sense behind him and he's basically a curious animal when in his wrath state. I noticed someone on Twitter a while back mention that when Goku first steps into the battle against Broly, he does a bunch of movements and fighting stances, noticing that Broly copies his every move, curious about Goku's movements. This version of Broly has never been in an actual fight aside from that quick duel with Vegeta, and Goku can notice that. In fact, throughout the entire fight, Goku recognizes the sheer power behind Broly, but despite his selfish desires to keep fighting, he realizes that Broly doesn't wish to fight. Because of this, Goku surprisingly says that the fight can end at any time, and Broly doesn't need to fight if he doesn't want to. Now, not only is this shocking for Goku as a character to try and stop a fight, but I think it opened up Broly's empathetic side towards Goku, who is known for befriending his enemies. We see Broly attempt to stop fighting Goku, but continue to further lose control, and it's only when he gets wished back to Planet Vampa by Chi-Lai that he's restored to his senses. After the events of the film, Goku uses his instant transmission to visit Broly on Planet Vampa, alongside the now fugitives Chi-Lai and Lemmo. Despite still being seen as an enemy, Goku gives the group a few capsules containing a house, food, and necessary items for survival in an attempt to reach out and befriend them. Now, it's no doubt that the only reason Goku is doing this is so that he can constantly come back and spar with Broly every now and then. Goku even states that he wants to do that in the movie. But despite Goku's actions, I personally think that there was something beneath the surface of Goku's selfish desires. We've seen Goku give mercy to his enemies time and time again, and we've seen him allow his enemies time to fight at their full potential, all for his own desires of getting an exciting fight, but what makes Broly different is how he's the one character who Goku doesn't see as a villain. During a small sequence in their fight, Goku reveals how Broly isn't evil like the other strong opponents that he's faced, and I think this act of trying to befriend Broly with the capsules is a way for Goku to continuously gain Broly's trust as a friend and ally. Personally, I think Goku sees potential in Broly as a strong rival in the same fashion as Vegeta, and potentially sees something special considering that the two of them share something in common. They're both Saiyans on the outside, and by heritage, but at their core, they were brought up as natives of their own respective planets. The two warriors grew up as Goku and Broly first, with their Saiyan ancestry being an afterthought. Goku sees Broly as another Saiyan rival who can constantly keep up with him in terms of power, and thanks to his experience with Vegeta, is willing to let Broly into his life because of his power first, but also because of his upbringing. When Goku tells Broly to call him Kakarot, my initial thoughts as the credits began to roll was that Goku was inviting Broly into his arms as a rival on the same level as Vegeta, a powerful ally, and most importantly, a close friend. Goku has finally accepted himself as both Son Goku the Earthling and Kakarot the Saiyan warrior, and because of this, I personally believe that the future of Dragon Ball has been opened up not only with Goku's full acceptance of his Saiyan ancestry, but with the new potential for Broly being the third member of Goku and Vegeta's Saiyan rivalry. With all that being said, those are all my thoughts on what Goku's final line of "Call me Kakarot" meant, and hopefully I did a good enough job explaining the film's ending to you. Remember to check out the video linked in the description down below where Carthus Dojo does a similar explanation, talking about Goku's final line but in a different way. Make sure to tell him Innovative J-Dog sent you if you want to give him your support. Anyways everyone, what are your thoughts on the Call Me Kakarot scene? Did it give you chills like it did with me? Let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you all so very much for watching, and my apologies that this video is coming out very late. I intended on getting this video out a couple days ago, but I got caught up with schoolwork, so hopefully it wasn't too long of a wait. So if you want to see more of my Dragon Ball content, make sure to leave a like on this video, share me with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate the support. Until my next video, I'll see all of you guys next time. Hopefully, I can get a few videos out within the next week rather than just one, but for now, I'll see all of you guys later.